Hi, Kelly Tobey here. Thanks for joining me again today. And today's theme was around intuitive leadership and honoring that true leadership is a place of shared empowerment. Now, oftentimes we can think of leaders as a position of having power over, being an authority figure, someone we might want to give our power away to. But I would suggest that true leadership is coming from a place of shared power and honoring that all of us have access to life force energy, to the source of all power, and that if someone is leading from a position of honoring everyone else's leadership as well, then the synchronicity between the energies that are joining and all the people that are involved can create in such a more powerful, expansive way. So whatever project is being taken on, whatever thing is being created, the more that the leadership in each person involved is included, then the better off that it'll work. Now, sometimes if a person that's in a leadership role hasn't got a solid sense of their own self-esteem, then it can be typical for somebody to use a leadership role to try and prove themselves, and often in trying to prove themselves they go into a style that I would refer to as being power over, and so they would come across as if they have power over whoever else is involved in that situation or project. And when we're approached by somebody that is doing a power over style, then there's a place in us that we can feel that we're not being honored for the fullness of what we can contribute. And unless we're really in a centered place, there can be a tendency under that power over energy for us to not give our best. There can be a place in us that feels like we're not being honored, so we may tend to hold back some, not give from the core of who we are. Now, if we are in that situation where there's somebody in an authority figure position or a power over position, if we decide that regardless of whether that person thinks that they're more powerful than us or not, if we remember the truth that we're just as connected to power as they are, then we can still contribute from the fullness of who we are. We can still get satisfaction out of giving our gifts and our talents. We don't have to get into a power struggle with that leader or that authority figure. They can work out their own stuff and their own issues around power, and we can just come from that true place of knowing who we are regardless of how we're seen by others, and in that manner, then we're not giving our power away to the other person. We're not buying into that game that we have to somehow prove ourselves. We just give from a place of purposefulness, and so there's a sense of inner satisfaction that comes from that. Now, if you're on the other side of the equation and you're in an authority role, in a leadership role, then I would really support you in looking at any places where you might be doing power over strategies, and look for manners in which you can support the people that you're an authority figure for. You can encourage them to come out with their gifts, to step forward and show up with all of their fullness. Now, you may have people that aren't in tune with their own power. They may want to even give their power away to you as an authority figure. And I would suggest that I would caution you to stay away from going into collusion with them with this idea that somehow that you're more powerful. Instead, I would suggest that you encourage them to grow into the place of realizing that leadership is really about a shared place of equality.